The youth in Zambia represent a larger portion of the population, yet their voices are sidelined in the processes of decision-making of the nation. Restless Development is a civil society organization tasked with the affairs of the youth. Desmond Maubo is project manager.
Basically, our organization believes that young people are the contributors of change. We also put young people at the forefront of change and development, and we've partnered with young people and are contributing significantly to their communities and bringing change to their countries. Young people are the majority in Zambia, and it's the most overlooked resource that we have in the country. And if given the positive energy and the positive directions, we believe that young people can significantly contribute to the economy and the development.
With the backdrop of elections in the minds of every well-meaning Zambian, the Civil Society for Poverty Reduction recently launched a media campaign dubbed Citizens Manifesto, whose aim is to set the tone for political party manifestos to incorporate the views of the ordinary citizens in their manifestos.
The Citizens Manifesto, very interesting concept. It all started with the process of the CSO perspective, contributing to the development of the 7th National Development Plan, a plan that government, of course, has initiated, and also they wanted to get the input of civil society organizations. And as Restless Development, we are the lead on youth and development thematic area for the sector. And basically what we've done from our end is also just have youth consultations. So we've been consulting with young people across the country to get their perspective of what areas they feel need to be embedded in the development of the 7th National Development Plan. And our role basically was to constitute and coordinate the voices of young people across the country. And also we've had other CSOs that have come on board that of course are in youth development and also are youth-led, and these are the ones that we've been consulting and engaging, and hence the Citizens Manifesto. So basically we've also contributed to collecting different voices from young people and what they feel needs to form part of development agendas in the country.
For the youth, the challenges they face are many. Top of these is the issue of unemployment, which leads to them being used as tools of violence by politicians. And this is sad and must surely come to an end.
We want young people to be transferred from mere participants into partners, and hence we are saying these should be partners in development. And also they're supposed to be not seen as beneficiaries of the programs, but contributors to programs that foster development. And of course, the fostering of participatory governance is one area that we feel needs to be strengthened both at grassroots level and also at community level, for those structures, for young people to be active citizens and fully participate in development. The issues also to do with, I would cite one area of industry creation and support in areas such as agriculture, tourism and any sector. These have potential, of course, to create youth employment, which can absorb a lot of young people that are unemployed out there. And those are some of the issues, of course, that young people have been voicing out and would want to be included as part of what is happening in the country around the development agenda.
The people spoken to have a lot to say when it comes to the Zambian youth.
It's important for political parties to think of the youth, see what you can do for them. If in those years of pre-independence era and independence era, the political party then did not think about the youth, who would be nowhere, would have died a long time ago, would have not been developed, would not have had a lot of youths at that time that went to colleges or universities and are now running the nation, so to speak. So I think it's important that youths, there should be some vision provided for them to improve, to do very well, to develop and be able to represent Zambia adequately internationally. It can only happen if political parties do that in their manifesto. And if political parties do not do that, do not vote for such political parties, because they're not helping in any way. They're actually killing you faster. Prematurely, they're killing you.
The issue of the youth is a really big problem, because we find that 3/4 of the youth, they're doing nothing. I've heard of where they are saying no, we empower the youth. They just talk when they are campaigning, like this time when they are campaigning. They will talk, we'll do this for the youth, we empower the youth with money to start their own businesses. But when they immediately get into power, they forget. They only come back after 5 years with the same story.
Unemployment should be dealt with. Today we have a lot of youths that are roaming the streets. They have nothing to do totally. The youth is the future. So if we cannot take care of our youths today, if people go to school, they finish, they get their degrees, then they don't find employment. A lot of frustration. Once those youths start having frustration, even as a nation as a whole, there'll be a lot of frustration going around. There'll be a lot of crime that is going around. People will just end up, drinking too much alcohol. This country will never progress in that direction. So they should look into that.
It is hoped that this message is taken seriously by political parties and incorporated in their various manifestos. What the people have said, coupled with submissions by Restless Development to the political parties, need not be ignored. Gone are the days when politicians would dictate for the people the contents of their manifestos.
There are different issues that have been coming out. The issues of to do with policy processes and decision-making processes. So these are crucial areas where young people need to be engaged in the policy making processes and also decision-making processes, starting from their communities to the district level, to the national level. Young people feel they are being sidelined in terms of them being engaged in such important processes for the country. And this, of course, is also contributing to a lot of skills gaps that are existing among our youth in the country, among our young people in the country, where instead of them being employers, because ultimately we would want young people that provide employment for other young people, and hence there's a skills gap that is existing of young people having the right skills to be able to be employed as well as to employ other young people. And also the issues of service delivery is something that is coming out strongly. There are different issues that are affecting young people in terms of service delivery. I'll point out at one area, which is around sexual and reproductive health services, and these are, of course, government has put in place a policy which is supporting supporting the adolescent health provisions, sexual and reproductive health provisions, but there's still some sort of gap in terms of how young people are accessing those provisions. There's also the issue of young people not being seen as leaders, because I believe that young people are leaders of today, and the young people in the country should see themselves as leaders of today and not being told that you're leaders of tomorrow. And hence I even encourage them to cast their vote, and their voices, they should speak out and their voices should be heard. And also I think there's need for them to be pronouncing peace and maintain the peace that we've enjoyed since independence. And this is definitely a prerequisite for development.
This time around, a new era is born. The youth say no to being used as tools of violence and sell their votes for a penny. It's time for issue-based voting, and long live Citizens Manifesto.